1861, the creator of basketball was born, and his name was Dr. James Naismith, a Canadian gym teacher. He created the game in 1891 in Springfield, Massachusetts, and the game only started as two peach baskets nailed to a rail in the gym, and the ball being a simple soccer ball. The objective of the game was to put the ball in the basket, and whoever at the end of the game had the most goals was declared the winner. And in case of a draw, you would continue to play the game until one more basket was made by one of the teams. The time zone with this game was 15-minute halves, and you had a 5-minute break in between those 15-minute halves. And with Dr. Naismith, he wanted to add some structure to the game, so he added 13 rules to this game. A couple of them were you may pass the ball in any direction, you may block the ball in any direction, you may dribble the ball but cannot run without dribbling the ball, and you cannot push, hold, or strike your opponent, or that will result in a foul. One of the first ever basketball games played occurred in Dr. Naismith's gym class. He divided the class into two teams, and the team was a 9-on-9 game. At the end of that game, there was only one basket made. By 1898, things started to get a little bit more serious, and professional leagues were founded and created. There were only 6 teams made at that time, and those teams were the New York Wanderers, the Trenton Nationals, the Bristol Pile Drivers, the Camden Skeeters, the Malvern Glass Blowers, and the Pennsylvania Bicycle Club. By 1904, all these teams were named, but then by 1946, 11 more teams were created, and only 3 of them are relevant today. You have the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, the Philadelphia Warriors, who are now known as the Golden State Warriors, the Chicago Stags, the Cleveland Rebels, the Toronto Huskies, the Washington Capitals, the Detroit Falcons, the Pittsburgh Ironmen, the St. Louis Bombers, and the Providence Steamrollers. By 1904, the NCAA was formed, and the NCAA basketball tournament known as March Madness was made in 1939. One of the first college games occurred with Hamline University versus the University of Minnesota. And by the end of that regulation game, the score was only 9-3. Since then, basketball has came a long way and is one of the most popular sports in America and around the world. And one of the large reasons because of that is because of 2 people, Michael Jordan and Julius Erving. The reason why Julius Erving is because he was one of the most popular players to play in the ABA, and the ABA was one of the first leagues to be made for the United States. And with Michael Jordan, he participated in the 1992 Olympics and being a part of the Dream Team and having the undefeated season. In basketball, you have 5 positions: the point guard, the shooting guard, the small forward, the power forward, and the center. The point guard is usually the smallest person on the court. The smallest and the fastest person on the court. His job on the court is to facilitate the ball. You might as well say he's like the coach that's on the court. With the shooting guard, his number one job is to take high volume shots, make open shots, and to score the ball. That's his number one agenda. With the small forward, he's like the shooting guard, but has more jobs to his attributes. He has to score the ball, make open shots, defend, rebound, steal, etc. He's the most all-around player out of everybody on the court. The small forward is like the power forward is like the small forward, but has a less amount of jobs. He has to rebound the ball, protect the rim, and make close shots. And the center is usually the tallest person on the court. He has to make close shots, rebound the ball, and defend the basket. In conclusion, basketball has come a long way since 1891. There have been 24 teams added to the NBA right now, and over 100 rules have been added as well. I'm not sure if Dr. Naismith will be proud of how far his game has come and the direction it is going, but with any and everything, evolution is